it's Claudia, and welcome to Take a Moment to dot dot dot. And as always, that represents the new topic that I bring to you each and every weekday that I hope will inspire and encourage you to pause for a moment, think about what I'm saying, and maybe even tweak perspective just a little bit. As I've been explaining in the last few episodes, that I am in a time of transition and a time of transformation and discovery. And it's now being reflected in the podcast, which has been revamped. I am more free in my approach to the podcast. I am not preparing anything, which goes against every fiber of my being. I'm in a place of completely trusting the Lord here and just showing up and allowing Him to flow through me. I welcome you telling me how you are in a place of discovery and transition. And you can reach out to me on Facebook at Claudia D. Martino, or on my Facebook page, Take a Moment To, or on Instagram, Claudia.DMartino, and also Take a Moment To. And today I just got it in my head to sit at the computer, had no plans on doing this. And all of a sudden, I'm coming up with take a moment to play. And this is a very personal topic for me because I've always tended to be someone who follows the rules. I guess it comes from growing up in an Italian American family in Brooklyn, New York, and being taught by nuns and priests in the denomination grew up in. And it was follow the rules, don't go away from the rules. And it kind of can clip person's wings in terms of playing and having fun in life. And even though I am someone I enjoy fun, like my goodness, I can't imagine going through life without having some fun. But it's kind of like I've had to learn to let go. And this is one of the areas of discovery I'm in right now because I actually had a friend tell me recently I tend to be very logical. And in that logic, I can be too rigid and I'm not looking at the lightheartedness of something because it's just let your imagination go. And I just kind of glaze over a bit. For me, B has to follow A and C has to follow B and blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't allow one to just fly and just play and let imagination just have its way. Um, when I came to Los Angeles, one of the things I did, I started studying improv at Second City. And I really was struggling with the class. This was very early on in my time at LA becoming an actress. And I was sitting in the audience and watching other students perform. And I was glazing over because what they were doing made no sense to me. They were supposedly camping and they were at the campfire. And for me, I've never been camping. I don't want to go camping. And it's like putting a hot dog on a stick and putting it over the fire and putting a marshmallow on a stick and watching it melt and that kind of stuff, or bringing stuff with you from home. But they were there cooking these phenomenal gourmet meals that just made no sense to me over a campfire. It's like I just didn't make any sense. So after class, I went up and I talked to the teacher and I asked him this question. I said, I'm struggling, but yet I can't seem to grab hold of how to do improv. And I said, I have a very logical mind and this is not making sense to me. And he asked me, can you be five? And I said, can I be five? What do you mean? He said, can you be five? I said, well, yeah, I could be five. I said, I have a childlike personality a lot of times. And I said, when I'm with children, I can just let myself go and play with them. He said, when you look at children play, there's no filter. They let their imagines go, and whatever they're in is real to them. It is their moment. It is they're creating their own little world, and it's all very real. And it's in their imagination, but it makes total sense. So I was starting to grab hold of this, and it was an epiphany for me because one of the things in improv is one should never say no. For example, if you're doing a scene with somebody, and somebody says, um, it's the middle of the big in the morning, said, "Oh, the moon is shining brightly," but it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. You don't say no, the moon is not shining. It's the sun. Say, you're right. I can really see the moon shining as well as the sun. You take it to the positive place and let the imagination go from there, and just keep the momentum going and being in the moment. So I really started to grab hold of this. And it's all about playing, letting the imagination go, not being so rigid. And I'm going to be very real here. I mean, I am just really now starting to grab a hold of this. Um, it's, I'm laughing because it's kind of funny. Um, and taking we have life, and life can be very difficult, and we have so many challenges going on in the world right now, and so many things that are so difficult, and but we can get caught up in it. But can we have those moments of laughter? Can we have those moments of being five, of being childlike, of being in a place to just enjoy the moment? I mean, just even being with people who are new, finding out about them, just playing and just letting imaginations go. um I mean, my dad, when I was growing up, he did something on Saturday mornings with us. The kids, my cousins and us, my sister and myself, would crawl into bed with him, and he had the Tall Tale Society. And he would just let his imagination go and make up these stories on the spot. And I relished it. I loved it because I'm a storyteller myself. And I'm just speaking to myself right now that I need to play more. I need to let my imagination go. I need to be free. And is it challenging for me? Yes. But when I do it, when I'm in that place, I'm loving it. I am loving it. And I hope you can do the same too. Or if you do that, kudos to you, because it's important that we be in a place to be able to play. And I'm thinking about, like, during the pandemic, it was a very serious time. But like, I'd go to the bank, and um everybody had to wear masks. The tellers wore a mask, and the people wore masks, and we didn't see each other's faces with just our eyes. But it was funny being in a bank because usually, hold up people are wearing masks, but now the tellers are wearing the mask, looking out at us and such and such. And we'd be like making jokes online and just kind of laughing at the ridiculousness of it all. But we were making light of a bad situation, and we were just kind of playing in the moment with it. So it's important for us to recognize that we need to come into that place of being able to play, to be five. So I encourage you today to take a moment to play.